Hey, it is May 25th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, presented by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick. He's Bob Ramsey. Rammer Cardinals off today, but the next week or so is going to be really tough for them and what they have ahead of them here on the schedule.
Yeah, it's going to be good. That's what you want to see. They split with the Blue Jays, who have been scuffling a little bit. Toronto, really, it's been their offense that's been getting in the bottom half of their lineup. Really, almost either 6 or 7 of their 9 hitters have been underperforming. The one kid got sent back down. Biggio got sent down. And so they were struggling with the offense like the Cardinals were for the first 5-6 weeks of the season. So the Cardinals aren't alone in that. And so the offense and the pitching went south last night at Busch Stadium. As I tweeted, I think the Jordan Hicks, let's ease him into the starter thing experiment. I'm officially declaring a disaster. And it's time to figure out a new tactic.
Rammer, you have tweeted that after every single one of Jordan Hicks's starts.
And I've been proven right. I've been right every time.
I think it's just been copy and pasted. I think that's what you scroll through. I think you already have it written in the drafts for your next for Jordan Hicks' next start.
Is that wrong? Did I not do that? And here's the issue, or an issue. I love Hicks. I'm like the Cardinals. I love his arm. I love his slider. Love it. But right now, is it lack of work over the last couple of years? Is it something else? Is it mechanical? He has no command. He doesn't know where the ball's going. No, I'm not even going to say command. He's wild. And they've got to get him straightened out, because if he's throwing strikes, he is such a valuable commodity to a team that needs arms to win. They need to figure it out fast. And while I disagreed with this bring him along slowly as a starter experiment, at least I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to control his usage, control the stress on his arm. Understand. Didn't agree. Let's all agree. And I think you brought up Ollie Marmol from last night. Let's all agree right now, it's not working.
No, he's not throwing strikes. He's working very slow. It has not gone well, but to that point, the Cardinals don't have a fifth guy to come in and replace him unless you go with Woodford, bringing him back up. I think the Cardinals do see the end of the Jordan Hicks experiment as a starter. I think they do see it in their future. I don't think they're looking at this and going, I don't know what else we can do. We've tried nothing, and we have no. We got nothing else to do here. I think they realize that with Matz going down and with Flaherty also injured right now, every fifth day they're going to put Jordan Hicks out there until Matz gets healthy, until Flaherty gets healthy, and then Hicks goes back into the bullpen for the remainder of the season. I think the next 3 starts out of Matthew Liberatore are so important for the future of the makeup of the bullpen and what you do with Jordan Hicks. You want Flaherty, or you want Liberatore to go out there, have good starts, have major league quality starts, and show that he can get major league hitters out. And then you go, okay, you know what? That's fine. Matz is healthy. Liberatore, now you're our 5th starter. Hicks, you're in the bullpen, and you're going to get us outs when we need them in games.
I think you have a pretty good take on the Cardinals' pulse on this deal. I just don't agree with it. Not you. I just don't agree with the take that I think the Cardinals are going to do. And I think you go to Woodford and demand more from him. And I think you got to go to another young guy, whether it's Rondon, Oviedo's probably not ready, but you look at him, and I think Hicks needs some time at Memphis to figure out why he's so wild. Putting him in the bullpen and being wild coming out of the bullpen, I don't think helps either.
We will, yeah, and I think you mentioned Rondon. I think that's a good, another good idea. I think he proved that he could be a quality. So I mean, yeah, he did it against the Pirates. Let's put him out there against a real major league team. I guess maybe if it's an option. I mean, you do have when you look at the schedule coming up, the Cardinals will need somebody like Rondon to probably start a game here soon. You have the doubleheader against the Cubs coming up next Saturday. You don't have another day off until June 6th. And then you have another doubleheader against the Pirates on June 14th. So you have today off to rest up as much as possible. They're going to need a 6 starting pitcher at some point within the first 15 days of June, maybe twice within the first 2 weeks of June. So you need to figure out where those or who that's going to be. And Rondon might not have, didn't know it was going to be his audition when he showed up to the ballpark on Sunday. But you know what? I think he's earned himself a shot at making one of those starts.
Here's the other thing, and I just want to say this because it's not lip service. I do love Hicks. I love that arm. And if out of necessity he does get some more starts, I hope he figures it out and learn and the light turns on. He's able to throw strikes. What a huge boon to the rotation he would be if he could do it. And so won't be one of those things I'm rooting against him so that I'm right. I want him to be great. I love the kid. I love the arm, and the Cardinals need him. So I hope you're right, and I hope he figures it out.
As we look ahead now, Cardinals this weekend, huge series, 4 games against the Brewers. Before we get into that coming up this weekend, there's a look at the promotions that they have coming up this weekend, and that includes the Yachty Tumbler on Saturday, May 28th. Cardinals host the Brewers, and on that day, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home a stainless steel tumbler featuring Yachty or Molina, courtesy of Coca-Cola and Quick Trip. The 30-ounce tumbler comes in 2 styles. You don't know which one you get until you open the box up inside Busch Stadium. For tickets, visit cardinals.com/promotions. And as Claibs and I talked about yesterday, Rammer, and by the way, and you see there too, on Friday you get that 1982 shirt, and on Sunday it's the Ted Simmons replica statue that you get. So a lot of nice giveaways this weekend. This could possibly be the last Yachty tumbler until he goes into the Hall of Fame. I think then you get a Hall of Fame edition tumbler. But as Claibs and I were talking yesterday on the lunch show, if you don't put something out there, if there's not a bobblehead or something out there with Yachty and Pujols pitching by the end of this season, if there's not a giveaway from the two of them on the mound by the end of the year, I think, the promotions department needs to be working on that immediately. And you need to have a mystery bobblehead of Albert or Yachty pitching. You don't know which one you get till you open it.
Well, why is it in production? Claibs Online. It says Claibs Online on the bottom. Let's sponsor it.
Now, do you have to
make that happen today?
Do we have to be fair to Wainwright and have like a Wainwright batting bobblehead? If you're going to have,
they're not going to let him bat.
I think you got to give him one at bat this year.
No, that's a different topic. I don't think they're going to let him. You think they should? Yeah, I don't know about should. It wouldn't bother me. I don't think they will.
I think, yeah, we'll see. I know we got a T-shirt guy, or we can talk to our senatorial candidate, C.W. Gardner's people, and see what kind of things he can put out there, because I know he's got a lot of great merchandise out there already, and a great write-up in STL Today on him. How
about that? It's really
too.
Good.
So we'll I'll talk to CW Gardner's to people and see what we can get done with that. But no, back to the on the field stuff this week. We know Yadier Molina will come back tomorrow, and on Thursday, or at least we assume he'll be back tomorrow off the bereavement list. The Cardinals set up real nicely to have Adam Wainwright starting game 1 of the series against Eric Lauer. So not only do you start the very crucial 4-game series with Adam Wainwright on the mound, the Cardinals also get to face a lefty, which means they will have their best lineup out there on tomorrow. And we'll talk about the lineup when it comes out tomorrow. But I think you see when it's a righty on the mound, you either go Gorman or Donovan batting second. When it's a lefty on the mound, you're going Goldschmidt second, Arenado third, Yepes fourth, Pujols fifth, and that is such a dangerous lineup when you have those guys going 2 through 5 in the lineup with Tommy Edmonds setting the table for them.
Yeah, when you figure you also will have Bader and Molina, what is that, 7 of your 9 hitting right-handed? You give yourself a pretty darn good chance. I agree.
Yeah, so that's we know that we get that this weekend, and moving the rest of the weekend, I guess Liberatore, you get a Friday night game. I'm assuming out of Matthew Liberatore this for his second start after the Matt's injury, or is that Dakota Hudson this weekend? But you really need a big start out of Wainwright tomorrow night. Yeah. Liberatore, by the way, set to throw on Saturday, which I guess means you get Dakota Hudson on on Friday, and then Miles Michaelis on Sunday. I would think
they're your guys. You got to get at least a split, and you'd love to take 3 out of 4 and gain some ground. The Brewers' offense has been really up and down. Their pitching has been good, but they've taken a couple of hits lately with injuries too. So while the Brewers have a nice lead right now, I think if you play good ball, you can make up some ground this weekend.
They and right now too, you get the benefit of the Cardinals having a day off at home today in the middle of this homestand. The Brewers right now, they just started. Their game just started about 10 minutes ago in San Diego. So they'll have to finish that game, get on the flight. They're facing Yu Darvish today. So it's not like they should have a cakewalk in the game today, facing one of the game's top pitchers, and then having to fly to St. Louis to come back here and face the Cardinals for a 4-game series tomorrow. So no rest for them. It's important to jump on them tomorrow in that first game.
Agreed.
No media, nothing of note today from the Cardinals. So not sure where they are health wise with a lot of those players. We will bring all of that to you whenever we find out what that might be. And with that lefty on the mound tomorrow, you mentioned Molina and Bader in the lineup. I guess that's a Sosa start. So Sosa at short and Edman at second for tomorrow. So you loaded up with the righties. And hopefully Edmundo Sosa proves that he's still in the mix for some at-bats.
So then you got to figure out who plays right field, and do they give – it might be Nootbaar. Do they give Dickerson a look? Do they go back to Nootbaar? Do they want Donovan? Probably Donovan in right field. I know he was a little shaky last night defensively, but that's the first night he's really had any struggles. I want his bat in there, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the numbers. We haven't looked ahead at who has hit well, if anybody has hit well.
Dickerson's numbers, we know they stink, and Nootbaar, his big league numbers stink. Although he was great at the minor leagues, do you give him a look, or you go with Brendan Donovan, who has been good? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Eric Lauer who's on the mound for them. Brewers also throwing another lefty today in Andy Ashby. So the Cardinals won't get to face multiple lefties in this series, which means this Thursday might be the only time you see Albert start in this in the 4-game series.
I bet he gets a second one.
I would think so too. With the way the lineup's been going, I would strongly agree with that.
Yeah.
As well. We will bring you the lineups for Game 1 tomorrow night. That game a 6:45 start time in St. Louis for Game 1 of 4. Brewers and Cardinals, the first time Milwaukee has made a trip to St. Louis this season. And we will bring that to you courtesy of Munganess St. Louis Acura and Rammer, also Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, over half a century, partnering with you to help you achieve your financial goals. Royal Banks in St. Louis on the east side and in Northeast Missouri, and each and every branch feels like your hometown bank. Royal Banks, for better service means better banking.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been another edition of Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. Brought to you, as always, by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. Talk to you tomorrow before Cardinals and Brewers.
At St. Louis Acura, new inventory is arriving daily, both new and pre-owned. Our buying team adds a higher level of personalized service that others can't match. We sell over 100 pre-owned vehicles monthly, and many of these are matched by our buying teams in Missouri and Illinois. As new Acura production ramps up, be one of the lucky ones to try the newest Type S models now available. Performance has never been so stylish and comfortable. St. Louis Acura remains committed to becoming better than ever for you.